So the first year when we had practice, the first day we had 5 people show up, which was good because we needed 5 to play basketball.
This is Bill McKenzie, Bellarmine Women's first basketball coach. He had 7 players on that first team back in 1971-72 and $50 in his budget when athletic director Jim Spalding gave him the job.
I don't think he selected me because I was such a great coach, but I think he believed that I could put a program and get it started, that we could schedule games, that we could go and play people, that we could be somewhat competitive.
In that first season, the Bellarmine Bells, as they were known back then, played right here in Knights Hall, which opened in 1960, and they finished that first year with only 1 more loss than they had wins. As a matter of fact, in those first few seasons, they only lost to the University of Kentucky by 1 point in Lexington. They knocked off the University of Louisville 2 years in a row. They knocked off Western Kentucky University. It's quite an accomplishment for a school that only had about 750 students back then, and also for all the other obstacles they had to overcome.
This is really funny, but the first year we had a young lady named Maggie Pierce, who played at presentation, and she worked at the grocery store up there in the Highlands, and she would take her dinner hour during our home games. And she would come down here, go in, change from her uniform at the grocery store, put on her Bellarmine Lady Bells uniform, play, and we just leave her out there. Wouldn't call them any timeouts. And then when she had to leave, we'd call timeout. She would go switch, and that's the way we would get minutes for people. We had one road game where we only had 5 players that could play. So we went in the dorm and got 2 girls that had played ball in high school. They weren't on our team, and they came and went with us so that we could, fulfill our schedule. When we had road games, we never spent the night. We sometimes would wait until students came out of the lab. The rest of the team would be in the station wagon. We didn't have any players. We traveled in one vehicle. We'd come in, we'd wait. They'd come out, get in the car, and we'd drive to the games and play. And when the game was over, we'd come back home.
Bellarmine women's basketball has developed into one of the top Division II programs in the country. They have gone to 3 Elite Eights, and last year finished with a record of 24-4. That ties the best record in Bellarmine women's basketball history. Quite a long ways from some very humble beginnings. Gary Fogle, CN2 Sports.